All right, so we're going to work on volume with a cylinder. The formula for this, which you can find on your reference sheet on the form, is V equals big B times H. Big B, remember, is the area of the base. In a cylinder, the base is always going to be the circle. So you're really finding the area of a circle. If you look at your formula chart, it tells you that the area of a circle is pi r squared, or pi radius squared. So I'm going to rewrite my volume formula and replace big B with pi radius squared. And do not forget your times h at the end. Now that we have our formula as broken down as we can, we need to go ahead and find all of our values. What we're going to be looking for is r, h, and then we're also going to define pi as a number. So on our cylinder, we're looking for the r, or the radius. Now keep in mind that when we're looking for this, we want the number that goes halfway through the circle, not all the way. So if I want the radius, I would have to take my diameter, which is d, it tells me it's 8, and we have to divide that by 2 to get my radius. When I do that, I get 4. So my radius for this example is 4. The height is really just the distance between the two circles. It's usually given on the side of the cylinder. So our height here is 6. Remember that pi is always defined as 3.14. We're using the number 3.14 because not all of us have access to the calculators, so this is how you're going to find the correct answer. Now we're going to go ahead and substitute those values into our equation. So we have volume equals pi, we're going to replace with 3.14, times the radius, which is 4, and do not forget to square it, times the height, which is 6. This you need to complete using PEMDAS. So we do not have any parentheses, so we don't have to do the p. Now we do have an exponent, which we need to do for the r squared. So I'm going to rewrite everything. So volume equals 3.14, and then off to the side I'm going to do, times, off to the side I'm going to do 4 squared, which is the same as doing 4 times 4, which is 16. And I'm going to plug that in where the r squared was, and then continue with times 6. Now, the next step in PEMDAS is to multiply. So we're going to multiply each one. You can multiply all these at the same exact time. It doesn't matter. You're going to end up with the same answer. So we're going to multiply 3.14 times 16 times 6, and that gives us 301.44. Now, remember that you're being asked to round to the nearest tenth, which is the first number after the decimal point. So that 0.4, you do need to look at the second number after the decimal to determine if you need to increase or decrease that 10th place. So 301 is going to stay the same, decimal point. The 4 as the second number is below 5, so that means that this is going to stay the same. So our answer is volume is equal to 301.4. Now, normally in a real life scenario, we'd include the units, but we're not going to on Google Classroom. Make sure that you're typing in just your answer for your volume rounded to the tenths place. The code word for this example is bunny.